Welcome to Hip Hop Gems TV. Got another gem sitting with me. Someone who we spoke off camera about how he got his seat on this show. Arguably, probably one of the funniest stories as to like why he's sitting here. Aside from him being that guy, we got my guy, action figure in the building.
Yo, peace,
Jersey.
peace. Yes, sir.
What's going on, my brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling, man. Everything's good, man.
Your
Can't
vibe
complain.
is so laid back, but then
Gotta be, man.
there's another side where I feel like you will hit a nigga with a chair.
Yeah, I mean that's possible. You know what I mean? That's not out the realm of possibilities.
There
know
you
what I mean?
go. See?
There you go.
My brother, how did you jump into this space, man? I always start each show with asking the guests that, how did you get into hip hop and what does hip hop mean to you?
Man, hip hop is everything to me, man. It's fashion. It's how I get up in the morning. It's how I go through my day. You know what I mean? Soundtrack to my life, man. Got into hip hop young, man. As a kid, it was I had went to camp, man. It was like after Biggie died.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I had went to camp in Newark to like a it was a all black camp. So inner city kids, man, and then there was this kid that they had a talent show, and son did like I'll Be Missing You. Like, he performed I'll Be Missing You, but before he did I'll Be Missing You, he kicked his own rap. So I was like, oh shit, like I was like, oh, like people could do that without being on the radio and all of that. And ever since then, like I was like tapped in from there.
Shout out to Son, man.
Yeah, I don't even know who that dude ever became. You know, if he ever became anything,
Maybe
man. I hope he did.
like, if you like met him. And he, like, and
Yeah,
he
probably.
produced
I wonder
some
who
shit
that
for
was.
him.
That could have been anybody,
That could
bro.
have been anybody, man.
Yeah, man.
Did you start out producing? Did you
Nah,
start
I was
out-
always an MC, man. And I picked up producing really like in 2015, 2016. I was watching a lot of Rhythm Roulette, and I had a homie that taught me how to make beats. So he taught me like, yo, how to sample. He's like, yo, look for the spots with no drums, and from there, I just saw he had records. No drums. I was like, yo, that's the move. That's how you do it. You just find old music and no drums. And so my man's taught me how to like make beats, but I didn't pick it up until like 2015, 2016. I started watching a lot of like Rhythm Roulette, and I was like, oh, it really is just that simple.
Right.
And I just picked it up from there. Had my man's illegally download Fruity Loops. Sent me that. Went, found a bunch of drum packs and different drums and different sounds and things, and just started getting busy from there, man.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
You're very vocal about digging and finding that perfect record for you. Do you feel like there's an art to digging as far as
Hell yeah. Like I know Alchemist came out and said the thing about like the naked chicks. Like I usually go for like the people smoking on the cover. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I see son with a cigarette in his hand or shorty with like a cigar or something, like I'm like, yo, there's got to be something crazy on there because they smoking to it. You know what I mean? Like, there is different things, man. Like, I like international stuff, so it is really like there is an art, like knowing labels and just different things, man. But digging is fun. I love digging. I think that's my favorite aspect of it. It's just finding something that isn't hip hop and then making it hip hop.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
bro. So a couple of things, man, because first off, let me congratulate you on how you ended your 2023. I felt like you were definitely one of the ones to look forward to as far as like, yo, he's about to drop. But then also, you kept a lot of pressure on a lot of niggas by dropping the way you was dropping and then talking the way you was talking. So congratulate again to you,
Thank you.
for the 2023 you had, man.
Thank you,
Wrestling
thank you,
School had dropped. You did something else last year. Did the project with you and Wolverine come out? It came out last year or this year?
Nah, it came out
This year.
It came out this year,
Okay.
2024, top of the year.
Your style, how you rap, where did that come from, man? How did that what were some influences in terms of like your style and how you approach a record?
Man, my favorites are obviously like, it's Prodigy's my favorite MC. I'm a Hove
Queens.
guy. I'm a punk guy. I love just lyricism. I've just always been a fan of guys like Big L. We were talking about like Lloyd Banks earlier today. We were talking about like I've always been a fan of just that punchline rap, like Buttons, Fabulous, like just guys that just had something to say. So for me to like rhyme and thing, I always just wanted to have just something to say every time. And I just like to have fun.
I hear
But
that.
the way I look at my style as far as like the music, I try to look at myself as like, if you see wrestling, you know the commentators table, you know what I'm saying? The guys that like telling the match and all of that. Me, I'm telling you what's going on in the culture, and I'm making fun of people, you know, doing things, the moves that people are making, and you know, I'm pointing it out, and I'm pointing out like the fuckery and the dumb shit going on and shit that's funny, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm interjecting it and just putting it out.
I see that, and you do a lot of your shit is like a lot of like parodies too, which I love. 'Cause I see you did the Chinatown rendition joint you had dropped.
Yeah, let me just say this, like I gotta shout these brothers out. Like I know that G kind of took it as me dissing them.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so when I put out the video, he was the first person to comment on it.
Oh.
And I can show you the comment. I screenshotted it.
Okay.
Some basically was like, oh, so you bootlegged our shit. And he was like, this is corny.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So as that happened, I was boarding a train. So I got on the train. I was like, let me wait to get to my next stop. There's going to be service. I'm going to just answer this shit head on. By the time I got when I got to the next stop, message was gone. I DM'd son and just let him know, like, we're not bootlegging. We showing you nothing but love. We fucks with Chinatown Sound. My whole crew fucks with Chinatown Sound. We all watch that, and we fans of it. So, you know, we just wanted to just show love and just pay homage and just give people something that familiar that they've seen. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And just throw ourselves into it and just interject it, and you know,
it was all love after that, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, they reached out through, you know what I'm saying, shout out to my guy Lame Wolf. They had asked him like to ask my homie Wolverine if we were dissing and all of that, and I told them like, nah, we wasn't dissing y'all. We showing y'all nothing but love. But the thing that we are dissing in the record is there are people that have gone on that platform and have kicked some not so stellar verses. So I'm saying it as a fan and as a consumer, like, yo, son, there's people that are going on your platform and they're not taking it as serious as some of my peoples would or some of anybody else would. And I think that some of those MCs have, like I said, have kicked some not so stellar verses. And I think that, yo, if you're going to go on Chinatown Sound, you should go on there ready to flame shit. You know what I mean?
This is hip hop.
Yeah.
Quite the answer, bro. I of course, man, for me, I didn't even, when I seen it, I didn't see his comment, but you know, that's incredible.
Yeah. Nah, and it's all love. Like, yo, I've met Bubs before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I showed him, I had met him over the summer, right, like maybe like the day before wrestling school. That's why it sticks out. You know what I'm saying? He said, came up to me, we was outside of Square's event at Extra Ketchup, RIP Extra Ketchup.
Yes.
I had seen him. He came up to me. He was just like, who am I talking to right now? And, you know, I was with a bunch of people, and they're like, yo, that's Action Figure. He raps, and he's a producer and shit. He was like, nah. He's like, I've seen your shit all over. He's like, I've been seeing, you know, your name pop up and shit. He was just like, yo, like, you know, keep doing your thing and showing love. So yeah, so like, yo, I wouldn't diss those brothers. Like, I got nothing but love for them. And that was the same day they signed with Rock Nation and all of that. And I showed love for that. Like, I thought that shit was ill. So.
I don't think that you come off like that, bro.
Yeah,
like I think your energy is positive, but then it's also like, yo, man, I'm here to talk my shit.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
And it's just a play on, like,
yeah. And I'm just here to like stamp my flag and just let people know, like, yo, like. And we coming with bars, and we coming with the illest shit that
I'm glad y'all worked that out, man.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need no beef in the scene.
It's like, nah, it was funny because I had tweeted out. I was like, yo, it was like the day that shit happened. It was like the next day. I had we had Hooks Arthur's event at fucking you know, in Harlem. So I was like, yo, I hope I don't got to bring my singlet to Harlem and all this shit. So you know what I mean? Yo. I was like, yo,
how would from a wrestling standpoint, I'm trying to think of which superstar, how I would What would I do? Who would I compare you to? You like a Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. Like yo, like listen,
Yeah,
like I was
Shawn
laughing
Michaels.
like at the end of the day, yo, like I said it too. I was like, yo, like I'm sure like if we ever run into them or see them, Bubs or G, I'm sure there's gonna be a conversation. I said it. I'm like, yo, within 5 minutes of having that conversation, they're gonna be like, yo, this guy is just different and he's cool as
Yeah.
fuck.
I
Like he
mean,
meant no harm behind
nah,
that shit.
man. Yeah.
And that's what it is. And that's all I'm saying. Like I'm telling you from the horse's mouth, the guy that thought about it and the guy that, paid for that idea to come together and everything is all love. Ain't nothing like
You the illest
no
though,
hate
man.
there or
Like
anything.
I think that I think you come off well. I think you mean well. At the end of the day,
Hell yeah.
this is hip hop. At the end of the day,
Yeah. So the only thing that I was worried about, I was like, damn, yo, I hope that doesn't blackball like my homies from getting on it. It could blackball me if they don't want to ever put me on an actual Chinatown sound. Mind you, if they did, like I got something in the clip ready to go. You know what I mean? but you know what I'm saying? But my thing is just, yo, I don't want them to just I don't want my homies to not be able to get the opportunity. I would love to see a Eric the Red Chinatown sound. I would love to see a Kibo Hidi, you know what I'm saying, Chinatown
Skilla.
sound, Stack.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I would love to just see that shit. Like Heartbreak Julio, I would love to see on
Heartbreak
there.
Julio.
I mean, even though he's gone on there,
Yeah,
he has gone on
he's
there,
done
but
some
he hasn't
things,
had
though.
the joint where it's in
The acapella.
Chinatown. Yeah, the acapella
absolutely.
and shit.
You
but,
know,
what I mean?
BCP, them
Yeah.
guys.
That's
you know
what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's because that whole clique, man. Like, yo, what y'all doing? I think that's a collective. I know y'all not really called a collective, but I know this like what's brewing amongst y'all. Like, we definitely need to pay more attention to.
Absolutely.
I'm paying attention, but I think everybody else definitely need to pay attention to what's going on.
Hell yeah, they
and what
should be
y'all
paying
doing.
attention to Eric the Red. They
Eric
should
the
be
Red, another
comparing.
one, yep.
They should be, keeping their eyes out for Kibo Hidi, Stack, BCP, Wolverine, O's, you know what I'm saying, Ward, Lito, and them.
Yourself.
Like, myself, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like everybody's doing their own thing, man. Everybody has their kind of like their lane, and we're all kind of just there as supporting cast. And you know what I'm saying, if all of us got a show, we still showing love, whether we're performing or anything. You know what I mean?
Fire, bro. How did the latest project come about? Shout out Wolverine, he's in the building.
Hell yeah, my brother.
Big Queen
Wolverine.
shit.
Man, so I was supposed to do a solo EP on my beats, on my own production, and it was like it was a little bit after wrestling school, and Wolverine had hit me up on Twitter and was like, yo, if I sent you something, would you rap on it? He was like, yo, I heard some shit of yours, I fuck with it. I think it was my joint, Tommy Hilfiger versus Ralph Lauren, with Micah Wright. He heard that, thought I did my thing on it. He was like, yo, if I send you some shit, would you fuck with it? So he sends me something on my DM'd me like a snippet of a beat or whatever, which ended up becoming Ultimo Dragon in WCW, the first record off the project. And he sent me that shit, and it was a snippet of it, and then this motherfucker went and like worked the shift after sending me the beat, and I was like, yeah, I'll rap to this shit, but send me the whole fucking beat. So the whole time, so I must have wrote my whole rap to that 10-second loop that he sent on the IG DM until this guy fucking got out of work to send me the actual thing. But yeah, man, he sent me that, and then he sent me a bunch of others, and I was like, yo, you want to do a project? And he was like, yeah, I want to do a project. I was like, all right, bet. So he gave me that one. So while this guy was working his shift, I wrote like three songs that ended up being on the project. And then that week we worked it out, sent me more. I think I wrote the 6 records. And then in the midst of that, my engineer went to Puerto Rico. So I had to wait for him to get back from Puerto Rico. As soon as Son got back, he was like, yo, I'm back. I was like, studio session tomorrow, 2 hours. I was like, yo, I need to do this Wolverine shit. And Wolverine came through. We did the fucking project in 2 sessions, but that session was 2. So it was like 3 hours altogether. And then, you know what I'm saying, from there, I introduced him to everybody that's part of the team.
That's fire.
And they went to the cookout that 1,000 words that same day. Yeah. So I was like,
the second, the one that just passed. Oh, the first one. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, so that was the funny part. So they had that.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, they had that going, and then I had like my homie's wedding like right before that. So I recorded the project right before my homie's wedding.
Did you go to the wedding in the mask?
Nah.
And they got a bridal mask. Best man's mask.
That's
Shit
like
was in
yo.
velvet.
That's like yo. If Wolverine gets married or something like that, and he asks me, I got it because that's how he knows me as. You know what I mean?
if this nigga posts a picture in a tux with a mask, I'm through.
There you go, yo. There you go, yo.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
Yeah, man. So that same day they had the cookout. So I was like, yo, can y'all bring Wolverine back? And and that was my scheme to have them kind of like see how this kid, how he is and everything. And everybody ended up becoming homies after that. And
so you kind of got like introduced, man.
Yeah.
Got jumped in.
Yeah. So it was like, I was like, yo, you gotta come through. I was like, I'm gonna record. Yeah. I was like, yo, I'm gonna record. I'm gonna hit this wedding after. I was like, but they gonna give you the ride back, pause to the cookout, and yo.
That's dope, man.
There you go, man.
Wolverine, how long you been rapping? I mean, producing.
Yo, imagine, I've been rapping for like 5 years now. I'm playing. I've been producing for about a couple months, actually. Like, realistically, 3 years, but professionally, a couple months.
Oh, shit, man. Perfect combination, man. The project, I loved it. I loved it. I thought the project, and I thought it was different too, man. A little different for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of used to hearing you in a certain kind of pocket.
Yeah.
So to hear you kind of get off on those, so to hear you get on those, I'm like, okay, I like where this is going. And then your flow, my nigga.
Thank you.
I don't think everybody talk about that enough about you.
Nah.
Your flow is incredible, bro.
Appreciate you.
It don't sound like you from Jersey. That shit sounds like traditional New York City.
Nah, man, my mom's is a Brooklynite. You know what I mean?
There you go.
So, yeah. So my family's been in Brooklyn forever. So I've always been Jersey, but I grew up in Jersey, like went to school, did like my regular life, but weekends I was out here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's how I was like introduced to hip hop too, buying the bootleg CDs and tapes, going to No Strand and all of that. Like,
No Strand, Brooklyn shit.
Hell yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Yeah.
What you got lined up for the rest of the year, man? Or we gonna see some projects as far as more producing projects? I know you just dropped. I know the joint with BCP dropped.
Yeah, the BCP joint
I had to
just
listen
dropped.
to that. I didn't get to that today. I have to listen to that.
That's a good one, yeah. That's
I believe them brothers is arguably like one of my favorites duos. Yeah, them brothers get busy, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Conspiracy. Shout out to Hound, man.
Absolutely.
So I got like projects lined up with. I got another one with Wolverine.
Shit.
We recently dropped. Yeah. So ever since we recorded Platinum, we recorded the follow up. Maybe like we started it maybe like a week or two after.
Are you going to Jersey to record? Dedication, man.
Hell yeah, man.
That's fire.
This man's
bro.
fiercely dedicated. That's what I love about him. He's young too, and he's fiercely dedicated.
How old are you, man? 22. Oh, you got him, bro.
He's like my little
him.
C's, yo.
Yeah.
Nah, stop.
You got him. That's amazing. Yo, bro, man, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. You in a space where, it's a lot of heavy hitters in this space, and to kind of make your mark and, start with somebody such as him, it's amazing, bro. And it's me saluting you. And this is me. The voice, nigga, saluting you.
But
Big Queen shit, yes, absolutely.
I love when he gets love, man. Cause when I had met Retro for the first time, I introduced him to like immediately. I was like, yo, this is my young guy. You know what I'm saying? I was bigging him up, and he didn't know how to he didn't understand. Like, why are you bigging me up to this guy? I'm like,
Retrospect is shout out my guy Retrospect. He's another one who he's the guy. And the fact that you went over there, see, you get it, man. You get
because it was funny because I've always seen him post up like videos of him at that store. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's his thing. That's his spot, obviously. So I was like, yo, this place looks familiar. I was like, yo, I think this is the store that Retro works in. So then we walked in there, and that was when he was like, we went up to him immediately and dapped him, and he was just like thrown off a second because I wasn't wearing the mask. And he was like, yo, I kind of know you. He's like, who are you? I was like, Action. And he was like, oh, you can't even see. I realized you can't even see my face.
No.
So you just can't see the react. He was like, oh my God. He was like, yo, why aren't you wearing the mask? Yeah. And he was like, nah, we gonna talk, yo. He was like, we gotta talk, yo.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I could cook up something. That'll be dope too.
Hell yeah.
That'll be dope.
I've gotten the invite. He just hasn't told me where, yo. And he swears that I know the address to this man's facility.
I gotta.
He's
go
like,
there
you know
spot.
where it is. I was like, he said this to me and Eric, and he was like, yo, you know where to find me, yo. And me and Eric like looked at each other. We were like, yo, did Retro give you his address? I was like, nah, I thought he gave it to you. He was like, so you don't know? I was like, nah. He's like, yo, but he said you would know. I was like, nah. And he's like, yo, do you think, he's like, would it be stupid of us to ask him? He's like, he says we know it. And I was like, I just hit up Heartbreak Julio for it, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. And then just pop up like, yo, what up, nigga?
Yeah.
Tell us the meaning behind the mask, man.
The meaning behind the mask is just there's a lot of things. Privacy is obviously the main thing. You know, my wife was the one. I always say that she conceived the idea of a mask. You know, she was just like, you know, I wish you could release the music, but you not release the music. And you know what I'm saying? That was the concept. And then from there, that's where I kind of was just like, damn, what could I do that would be different? And, you know, the Lucha mask just came to mind. And, you know, at that time, I didn't see anybody wearing it. So I was like, yo, that'd be different.
That's amazing, man.
You know?
Shout out to wifey. She keeps she keeps that thing private, and as far as like, yo, there's action figure, and then there's who you are at home.
Exactly.
Which is amazing.
And then it was also like the same thing too, is like, yo, you know, I also got like, you know, a career and a 9 to 5 outside of this. So, you know, it's also
If somebody from the 9 to 5 heard your voice, now if they was able to recognize your voice and they seen you with that mask, how would that go?
I don't know. It's just, you know, it is what it is. You know? It's not like, I try not to do anything too criminalizing on camera. You know what I mean? So, you know?
That's dope, man. Yo, man, two things before I let you get out of here, bro. One thing, what's your favorite era of wrestling?
Gotta be the Attitude Era. That was the era that I was coming up in. But I just remember just watching, you know, finding ECW on MSG. I just remember that time where, like, I thought, like, wrestling was, for all intents and purposes, the backstage shit was real. Like, I thought motherfuckers coming to, like, WCW, ECW, I thought they all hated each other.
I think we all did at one point.
Yeah. I thought it was a real rivalry. I thought, like, motherfuckers see each other, it's on type shit.
Yeah.
And I used to go crazy when you would see motherfuckers jump from one federation to the next one. And that was that time where I would see guys on ECW, and then all of a sudden they're on WWE. And
yeah, man,
that was my favorite time.
Definitely something, man, for that during that whole time. I haven't kept up. I don't watch wrestling as much as I used to now when I was a kid, but I'm seeing. I'm like, okay, some things is changing over there.
It's cool.
Like as far as the female wrestlers go, they were looking like men when I was a kid.
Now they look like what, like models now and shit.
Hell yeah, man. You see Jade? I heard you mention her.
Jay Cargill.
Yeah, man. I heard you mention her in the song.
A Women's Revolution.
Definitely one of the baddest wrestlers. Bro.
Yeah.
Absolutely, though.
Yeah, man. All those chicks,
Yeah,
man.
they got something going on over there.
My favorite is Zelina Vega right now, man.
Yeah. She's another one.
Yeah, figuratively and literally.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Action figure, man, you got to give us a gem before you get out of here, man.
What's up?
Now, I usually end every show, where the artist gives us a gem. It could be a life gem. It could be a funny gem. Give us a gem, my brother.
Consistency is everything. And the 5 P's, man. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, man. Always. Those are the ones I live by, man.
There you go, my brother. Yeah. Wolverine, I'll let you get us and switch spots with him for a second, man.
Yeah.
Give us a little gem, man, before we get out of here, man.
Give my words of wisdom for a 22-year-old.
What you got for me, man?
Yo, be dedicated, be passionate about what you do, because whether or not you think you're not going somewhere, you're going to get where you need to get to, as long as you believe in yourself. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Simple as that.
There we go. Y'all be on the lookout for Wolverine, man.
Thank you, yo.
Big queen shit.
Big queen shit. Phenomenal
work y'all put together. Action figure, I appreciate you. We up out of here, man, and don't beat me up. Oh, no, man. All right, that DM. I one day on a Patreon, maybe I'm gonna definitely share the DM that I got from this man. All love though. That nigga will hit you with a chair. HHGTV.
gonna body slam you.
We about to here. Oh, wait. Before I get the fuck up out of here, y'all like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. You know, yeah, man. And keep up with what we got going on over here, man. It's the voice, action figure. Wolverine's in the spot. Joe in the spot. Rosedale, Queens, Big Queen shit, Jersey. We out here, man.
What you watching? Hip Hop's Gens TV?